Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to round 4 of the Flat Out E-Racing DTM Porsche Championship. And tonight we are at the fantastic Spa circuit in Belgium, one of my most favourite circuits. And talking of favourites, I've got my favourite co-commentator with me, Skis. How you doing, Skis?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. It's the biggest holiday in the world over here in America. We got the Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm all pumped up, ready to eat some chicken wings, watch some football, but as my appetizer, I'm ready to watch some good racing. Well,
I've got a funny feeling there may be a low level of interest, but who are the finalists for the Super Bowl and who's going to win?
Well, we got the LA Rams, who are a team. Here, I'm going to put it into terms for the British people who understand. Let's see if you understand football over there. Not American football. But it would be like Manchester City, who bought all the good players, going up against a team who just got a young good player. Let's say, who would that be? Like Leicester City, even though they had an old player from 2015 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
so it'd be the Bengals coming up with a new guy, Joe Burrow. Everybody calls him Joe Burrow. I'm going after the Bengals because I like the underdog. But the Rams are full of superstars, and they're playing a home game in the Super Bowl, which is rare. Very rare.
Cool. This is becoming like the wide world of sport, isn't it? You know, we're not just covering sim racing, we're covering American football as well. Where else do you get that on GT Sport?
Oh my lord, look, when I used to be a teacher, I had a project for my students, and it was you had to pick they had to get in a group and pick a weird sport from around the world to do. One of them was F1 because a lot of kids didn't know about cars, but one group picked ostrich racing. So let me tell you, I've seen a lot and I know a lot, and it's fun. I'll bring it to you if I know it.
That's fantastic. Well, just to enlighten everyone at home what we're on tonight and what's happening, we've got 2 races for you tonight. We've got a qualifier coming up which will decide the grid for the first race, and that will be 20 minutes. And then we've got the main event, which is the reverse grid race, which is race 2, and by the title you can guess that's based on the reverse of the result of the first race. And with tyre wear and fuel usage quite high, we do see quite a span of strategies, and this course is quite long, so that may narrow down, do you think, Skis, the options on strategies?
Oh yeah, 100%, and especially with this long straight that we get going through. I'm pretty sure it's called the Kemmel Straight. As you're going down there, it's all about the exit as well, but there's going to be so much going on. Are people going to go flat out? Who's going to get in the slipstream to save that little bit more fuel to maybe go one more lap? But I mean, as we saw last week, long tracks create different strategies, and maybe somebody goes for one like we saw last week and it doesn't pay off. Can't remember what was the name of that who tried that last week.
Was it Tommy Gunn? Who went?
No, they don't seem to be here today.
It wasn't Stormfly, was it?
It was not. I mean, we'd have to revisit, but looks like we got qualifying getting ready to start.
Yeah, we're off already. So, just to give people a little quick update of where we are on the championship and who to look out for, and we've got a couple of new drivers to introduce to you tonight as well. But championship-wise, at the moment, Stormfly is our top man on 141 points. Second is Dan on 118, but Dan's got a little thing up his sleeve that he only competed so far in 5 rounds. Or 5 races, so he missed out. I believe he couldn't connect at the beginning of one meeting. So as the drivers will drop their lowest score at the end of the season, there is a chance that will play to Dan's advantage, because he's on 118, so he's about 23 points behind. And just behind Dan in 3rd is the first of the HKRT drivers, who is Chili Bass on 113 points. And then in 4th is the next HKRT driver, who's Timorous, on 100 points. And then rounding out the top 5 is Select, who is on 90 points. And looking down the list, apart from R80, who's only competed in 4 races, and Vengeance, who was new to the series last week, everyone's completed in all 6 races, so they are really committed to this championship.
Vengeance. That was the one we couldn't think of.
That was it. Yeah, we knew it'd come up somewhere, didn't we?
We did, but as you were going through those, all that was going through my mind was it's anybody's game. Anything can happen, and it's going to be crazy in these last few weeks.
Well, the end of this event will mark halfway in the season, so we are very well through it. So, or getting through it, and we're off towards the classic circuits as we know, such as Suzuka. So that will bring a different format, because the first 3 races have been at GT Sports circuits, so it has been something a little bit different. So we'll see whether the real circuits or simulation circuits, whatever you want to call them, will bring out a different element to people.
Oh, I mean, 100%. And I mean, we just see, as we got a comment in the chat, we hate seeing it, but we love seeing it that we have a full lobby, but somebody missed out right there. It looks like Tommy Gunn. I would assume that's Tommy Gunn since it's Tommy G in the chat. Wishes he would be able to be in this one and hoping he can make it to next week. So it's actually really good to see this league growing as we go through the season as well.
It is. We're going to have qualifiers in them. And this is unreal. This has really caught the imagination this Sunday night Porsche Championship. So hopefully we will roll this out again next year or next season, because it seems to be what people love.
Oh yeah, and you know, more we get, maybe we get 2 rooms, maybe we get an A race and a B race back to back, and that's more comms for us, more talking, and me and you love to talk, so works in our favor.
Not only that, we'll have to renegotiate the contract.
Exactly. I need snacks. I need y'all to send me, the cheese and onion chips that we don't have here. I need those.
Hashtag send snacks.
Hashtag cheese and onion. That's what I need.
Well, I don't know if you're aware, but they are updating the Spa circuit at the moment quite significantly to try and make it suitable for motorcycle racing again.
Oh, really? Me and you were talking about the changes they were making last week. We were talking about it, but you didn't mention that. Yeah, that's what the plan is. Like Pouon, they've just come round, that double apexer. They're going to have like a tarmac apron and then gravel beyond it. And the same at Blanchimont. In the corner, they're referring to it as Bruxelles, which is the one as you start working your way back down the hill. They're doing the same with that there is a little margin for error that you can run onto the tarmac, and then there's gravel thereafter. I'm just ready to see somebody accidentally take flight going through Raidillon and Rouge, accidentally going too fast. Just jumping. It's going to be like Evel Knievel somewhere. I think I mentioned to you, I have been there, and no simulation I've seen has reflected how steep that really is. It really is like climbing up a cliff. So and as you say, it's different in every simulation I've ever driven.
Here we go. We're getting some times in now. Stormfly on a 2:15, Lockstack 2:16. So Stormfly weeks
second.
Yeah, Stormfly weeks expect to be setting the pace. Kevin 2:14.9. Whoa! We knew
Kevin is flying.
He is alien territory. He really is. I did warn you early when he was back. Kevin, we have seen previously in championships with flat out e-racing, and he is always been quick. And
it looks like we got Select running into the wall and then softly caressing it to try to get out. Maybe he was trying to be nice to it so it would let him loose there, because he was struggling to get out of that turn there.
So I'm just having a quick whiz down. So Select on the 2:42 there. So now we've rounded out that first set of laps. Let's have a quick. So Kevin clearly in lead. Dan slots into second there though. Dan, but he's still 0.6 off. Absolutely incredible time there from Kevin out of the box.
I'm hopping on with Kevin right now because I want to see what he's doing. And who is that behind Kevin? There was somebody in the Gulf livery back there. It looks like Tuano V4. He did a good job there of slowing down because he had people on a fly right there. And, you know, that's stuff that doesn't really get mentioned. But that's being a good driver that helps out the overall race. And so we love to see stuff like that, even though it's a little thing. So I thought I'd shout out some good sportsmanship.
No, that was good. But it's interesting. Lockstack seems to be trying to hook onto the back of Kevin and maybe use him to drag him around the circuit and use him to pull a time out.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'd do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Just a quick shout out while we're mid-lap here for times coming in. A quick shout out to our new driver Britpack, a driver called Andy, who has been watching us on the YouTube stream and decided he enjoyed it, so he wanted to get involved.
Hell yeah. I love it. Like,
we
I
do,
love it. Like, it's the best.
We do some good.
We do. We bring happiness on Sundays. I mean, you get the Sunday scaries, especially for y'all, because as this is going on, it's almost bedtime, so y'all got the reality of work coming up sooner than I do, but this always alleviates it a little bit.
Stormfly takes second with a 2:15.5.
All right, we got Kevin coming through the chicane right here. Let's see what he gets.
Yeah, well, I think...
he's not on a flyer here.
No, but I think Select might pop up a little bit. No.
That's true.
No, I thought because Select seemed to keep with him as the lap went on. Oh, Dan back up the second. Oh, they're really slugging it out here at the top.
Ooh, Tuano, I just switched down to him. He's on an outlap, but he sent it around No Name right there, which is the one coming right into, wow, I just had a, give me 1 second. I just blanked. Holy crap, I just blanked. I don't ever blank.
Well,
it's the one coming into Pouillon. That's right. That's why I couldn't remember it. Pouillon like bouillon, like the chicken cubes.
That's it. Well,
he was flying, rear sliding and everything, but he controlled it, so he's sending it. So he's definitely going to improve on 7th is my hypothesis right here after watching that.
Well, talking of people improving, somebody who needs to improve that we expect to see a lot further up is Chili Bass. He's down in 8th at the moment. He's 2 seconds off Kevin.
Oh my lord, Chili Bass. You mean you can't be down, you can't be outside of the top 5 with that name. If you have the best name in sim racing, you got to be faster than that, and I know he is. So maybe it was just a bad lap, and maybe he's got some clean air right now. I think we're going to see something good on this one. I got faith.
Well, I'm really surprised to be that far off. Drivers that I wouldn't naturally expect to see in front of him, like Juno and Lockstack, I reckon he must have mucked up a lap or had some kind of problem. I'm keeping an eye on these now. He's coming down from No Name towards Pouillon. And he's
See, it sounds a whole lot better when you say it.
Well, I'm closer to France, aren't I? So naturally, I've got the more natural
so
tongue.
You think I would have a better Spanish accent then, but you're closer to Spain, I'm closer to Mexico, so I have a better Mexican accent then.
Yeah, well, we're not going to Barcelona, are we? So unfortunately, we can't really help you there.
Oh,
so here we go,
Barcelona.
coming up to a split. What's he got? Oh, well, he's 0.136 off. That's against his best time, though, isn't it?
Ooh, Dan's sliding a bit through there.
Yonbol's gone a little bit quicker there. He's on a 2:17. Noddy's mate's not having quite such a good night at the moment. His best so far is 2:42, so he's having a few adventures out there. But here we go, Chili Bass coming up to the bus stop chicane, which is no longer like a bus stop.
It's no longer a bus stop. But you got to send it through there. Oh, that was funny looking at my camera. It looked like whoever that was oversent it, but they were going into the pits. Well, how'd Chili Bass do?
He didn't go any quicker. He was 0.6 off his best time.
Oh yeah, but speaking of that chicane, back to what I was saying, that chicane is one of the trickiest chicanes in racing. As you were saying earlier, no sim that you've ever seen actually gives off the incline change. And so it gets really loose. Like you might have a tire up off the ground for maybe a split second, and you can oversteer real quick or you can understeer too much. You have to hit it just right, and if you overshoot your braking zone, you better goodbye, because people are going to pass you like crazy.
And it's the other thing with it as well, and I mainly run that track on ACC, is that just we've seen Kevin going wide, he's pushed the limits of the track and gone wide at Pouillon, so that's that lap wreck for him, I'm afraid. But talking of sim, I tend to use it in ACC, and that bus stop chicane, you try and take a bit of a chunk out of the curb there, and you can get away with it to a certain amount, can't you? But if you just try that a little bit too much, it will send you into orbit, won't it?
It will, and oh my lord, as I was switching through, I saw it was going to be the final lap. I went to Chili Bass, and he was in a ghost. I'm speechless.
There, Stormfly went right off the track there, came back on and collided with Kevin. But Kevin's lap was ruined anyway, so I don't see that.
Oh, well, here comes Dan. Let's see if he can steal pole right here.
Oh
no!
He fractionally quicker, but not quick enough. Within 0.3, so that is going to be tight. He nearly got into the 2:14s.
Oh man, Chili Bass is going to have to make a run from the back, I'm thinking, during these races. And maybe it's strategic, because we've seen him, and you know, he knows what he's doing. You know, he likes to save fuel, so maybe being in the back isn't really going to hurt him if it gives him more room and more slipstream to sit in.
Or it looks in the chat that the HKRT drivers are getting a little bit upset maybe with a couple of drivers. I think that was that instance where Stormfly had gone off the track, bounced off the barrier, and unfortunately came back on. I think he was a passenger to the scene of the accident. So I think Kevin was a little bit upset, but overall Kevin was still on pole and he had already made a mistake on that lap, so I don't think he was going to improve.
That makes sense. And so does it. I'm trying to figure out, it seems like, is everybody finished? Everybody's finished their qualifying laps.
Yeah, it's just winding down now.
Well, there we go.
Now looking down, Yellow Sausage was putting a fair performance there. He's got a 5th position, so that's quite good to see. Scrolling down, who else have we got? Let's have a quick look. There we go. We got the full list up now. It doesn't look like Noddy's mate got a representative lap in there. He was being quite competitive at the first 3 rounds. He's really gelled with these Porsches, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, but here we go, going into a Rouge and Radion right here. I don't know if everybody's going to survive.
Well, I think the source is the first problem.
That's true. I was thinking of the old start on a rolling start. That's on me right there.
But the track, thankfully, is so much more wider than what it was when it was. Here we go, green lights, we're off. Oh, who's that? Who's that who's got stuck on the grid?
Ooh, it looks like Noddy's sitting still. We got multiple sitting still.
Oh, there's a bit of a gap there. That sort of helped everybody coming up to the first corner.
Oh, yeah, Noddy's isn't moving, and is that Timoris? Both of them aren't moving. Are we going to have a restart?
Possibly. Let's see how many get stuck. So anyway, down and up the hill through Eau Rouge. Here we go. Kevin in the lead. Dan second, Stormfly. This is pretty much what we expected. But this is going to be the slipstream up the hill, isn't it? Oh, look at that. They're hugging the curb on the right.
Let's see who can outbrake somebody here.
Oh, Dan got the run by Kevin. He's into the lead.
Oh, that is a... Oh, Kevin almost got switched. That is a... They are racing hard through there.
Well, I think their fear was, having seen that time that Kevin put in qualifying, they would be worried that he was going to clear off and disappear.
And we still got 2 drivers on the grid.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do about that one, because the only way would be to reset qualifying as well, and we don't ideally want to do that at the moment. So they will probably be ghosted when we get round. So anyway, here we go. Dan leads Stormfly, leads Kevin, and Yellow Sausages keeping them close as well. So this is going to be fast and furious, I think, the whole way, don't you?
Oh, 100%. And let's see, it looks like Timoris has said that he ran into a bug there.
He does seem to have a few. Oh, Stormfly wide, but he kept it together. He's kept Kevin behind him, but that's allowed Dan to get a little bit of a gap as they come out of Stavelot. And looks like someone had got a penalty there. No, I made a mistake. So here we go, on the run down to Blanchemont. This is another slipstreaming opportunity, isn't it?
I mean, and look all the way down to 12th. You would never guess what name would be there. And 12th right now, for those who are wondering, is the last one racing since we had 2 stuck on the grid.
So here we go, up to the bus stop for the first time. Dan going a little bit defensive. Stormfly goes to the outside. Oh, it is really tight. The yellow flags are out, I think.
Insane.
I think for the cars on the grid, yeah, but they've ghosted out. So here we go, up to the first corner. So Dan leads Stormfly, leads Kevin. I think this is going to be lights to flag. I don't see there being many chances to do anything radically different with the strategy. I think this is probably going to be a one-stopper, isn't it? Because they're starting on half a tank, so usually that takes them to about 15 14 minutes to go, so they may get 2, may get 3 laps. Oh, here we go, Stormfly with a move on Dan. And it looked in the background.
Oh, it looks like Sausage has picked up a penalty.
Yeah, it looks like Stormfly's got Dan. He's got the slipstream and he's by. Dan tucks in behind, so Stormfly takes the lead, Dan second, Kevin third.
I mean, this is just good old draft swapping right here.
Draft swapping. That's not something we normally get in European commentary. So you're bringing that stateside element to us, as we love to hear.
Oh, you gotta love bump drafting.
So here we go. So Stormfly leads us to head down towards Pouon. Dan second, Kevin third. Yellow Sausage is still trying to dump that penalty, almost keeping in touch. I know there's other drivers in this race, but this is absolutely full on at the front here. We just don't want to look away at the moment.
At all.
So, how are they doing on fuel, these three up the top? Is there anybody showing anything particularly different here, Skis?
No. Kevin, he has a tiny bit more fuel, but it doesn't seem like enough to take him another lap. But that tiny bit might be enough to help him gain a spot. Even if he's in third, it might help him come out in first when they go into the pits.
Yeah, that'll be the overcut, won't it? Because he'll probably go in that a little bit later. So it'll be interesting to see if any. Do you think any of these guys are going to jump to the pits this lap? Oh, Dan going at Blanchimont. This is brave. This is so brave. No, he can't do it.
Oh my gosh! I have never ever tried. I get tight thinking of. Oh, they are making. They're making moves right here. I would never dream of thinking of doing.
Oh, I think Stormfly was so shocked by Dan trying to overtake him at Blanchimont. He lost a bit of speed on the exit, and Dan managed to get up the inside of him at the bus stop, which he didn't expect, but they ran side by side, but that compromised Dan's exit, and Kevin managed to get down the inside there. I daren't go to a replay.
We got a driver in the pits.
Oh,
First
who we got?
in the pits is Brit Pack.
Oh, that's our new driver. That's Andy, the new driver to the series. Here they go, up to the top of Radion. So it's now Stormfly leads Kevin. Oh, and Dan took too much of a chunk out of Eau Rouge and got a penalty. Now Stormfly's going defensive as they head up towards Lacombe, and Kevin's through. Oh no, he didn't. Stormfly's back on the brakes. Stormfly's back on the brakes. Oh, there's a little bit of touch, a little bit of a slide there from Stormfly. He just got a rear corner tap from Kevin. And Dan's dropped his penalty. So here we go. So Stormfly still leads. Kevin second. Dan hanging on to third. So in qualifying, Stormfly was the slowest driver. So I imagine this will play to Dan's favour, that he should be able to catch these two up for the battle for the lead.
Oh my gosh, I'm speechless right now. This is exactly what we were hoping for when we came to these real tracks, because, I mean, naturally there's more knowledge of these tracks too.
Oh,
but
Dan's
also just like, ooh,
Dan's wide.
Is he gonna? Here comes Sausages. Is he gonna make prey of him? Yes, he does. Easy prey for Sausages there.
Oh, that's really compromised Dan's race now, because he'll have to get by Yellow Sausages. So that is going to hurt him, because he needs to get by. It's interesting, Lockstack's not too far off the lead there either.
Oh, whoa, I just saw something in the chat. Brit Pack, he had an issue while exiting the pits. We've lost 4 drivers. Is that 4 drivers we've lost already?
We should have only lost 3. We're down to 10. We've lost another one somewhere. We lost 2 at the start, and then Brit Pack. Here we go.
When he was exiting the pits.
Kevin's coming back on Stormfly. Stormfly going a little bit defensive in the first part of the bus stop, and holds his line neatly. Oh, they're neatly into the pit lane. Both Stormfly and Kevin. Yellow Sausages.
Let's see if anybody stays out. I'm going to drop down. Oh, nope, never mind. He glitched out after exit. So everybody's going to be in the pits here. So it's going to be line and order. So we'll see who did it on fuel here.
Well, the one thing we may have is to see what happens when they all come out the pits and see whether there's a glitch, because we really don't want that one.
Oh my gosh.
So everybody, Stormfly's out.
I don't see his car. Oh no. My gosh.
Oh dear.
Everybody. No.
Oh, that was such a good race.
We got more. Yep, we got more of somebody else. Yep. Oh man. Hey, that was a good 10-minute warm-up though.
Kevin said, "Are you kidding?" Sadly, I wish we weren't. I wish we weren't. Right, we're going to have to kick a restart here.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was warm-up for us. That just got the pipes going. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, talk the pot. I'm gonna need to refill my glass of water, but I can tell you plenty about this track, so we can definitely keep people interested while we're getting everything sorted. So please bear with us, guys out there. You saw how fantastic that racing was, and we've got an awful lot more for you this evening as well. So please don't go away. I know these waiting periods during games are a real pain in the butt, but unfortunately it's IT stuff, and that's what happens. So hopefully we will get it all sorted for you fairly quickly. We may have to have a quick, say, that would be good, wouldn't it? A quick 5-minute one lap shootout qualifying. That could liven things up.
Oh man, you sound like Michael Massey right now.
Oh, ow, that was low. That was low.
Man, I love him for it. Look, I'm a spectator. I love him for it. You don't think that was so freaking cool? Like, oh, 1 lap shootout. That's on Lewis for not pitting. Mercedes is stupid. They could have pitted him. All he had to do was on softs. I don't understand why everybody's like still thinking about that. They thought he'd lose time by pitting. Just put him on softs.
Well, the one thing, no, there was a simple thing that Bernie Eccleston pointed out that they should have done. Just put Bottas in the wall.
God, I mean, do what they did. Yeah, do what Renault did back at, what was it, Singapore?
Yeah, with Nelson Piquet Jr.
Exactly. Just be crafty with it.
With that upstanding member of the community, Flavio Briatore.
Oh, wait. It looks like, we got something popping off in the chat.
I did notice that. I didn't know whether to bring it to the public's attention, but yeah, it does. That,
I'm not going to name names. Don't name names.
Yeah, but there is. But I will refer the court to Days of Thunder, circa 1990 something.
I want to say
94. Well, we'll check it in a minute. But the infamous line from that. Oh, he bumped me. No, he didn't bump you. He rubbed you, and rubbing's racing.
You took it from me. I mean, you paraphrased it perfectly. As a former literature teacher, you got it. That was fantastic. I give you an A.
Well, that was the best qualification I've had in anything like English, but in my whole life. So here we go. We've got even more action for you tonight. So we've had a glitch, but we're all back and running, and we're just about to start the qualifying. It would help if I actually went to the spectator mode, because obviously we've just had a little bit of a glitch because of that. But we are back and running, so everybody's working their way out of the pits. So what I'm going to do, I'll have a slot. What should we do? I'll tell you what. I'm going to go on board with R80. Just to talk people around this circuit and jump in skis. But this is the bit we're famous for, Eau Rouge, which is actually only this bottom corner, which is absolutely flat out for the brave. And as you come over the top to Radion, again, you just can't believe how steep this hill is. And I remember when I visited this circuit in 1997, this was still a public road. I was driving up on the right hand side, and there was a chap in like a Peugeot 106, probably on his way to work, going the other way. Absolutely
in 1997,
incredible.
I was transitioning from diapers to Huggies.
Oh, no. Well, the only reason I know it was 97 because it was the weekend after Princess Diana got killed. So I just it was just one of those markers in time. So
hey, R.I.P. Kristen Stewart.
Have you seen that film? I thought it was awful, but there we go.
I have not, but apparently she did good. I don't know if that's jokes. I don't know. I have to see it. I'm also not British, so.
So, okay, as we work our way round this newer part of the circuit, because for younger readers like yourself, skis, this was a awesome circuit back in the day. This is the short version. That where at the top of the hill where they have that right and left to Lake Coombe, the road went over the crest and then round a bit of a left-hand curve and headed round 2 other villages, and then came back and joined us just on the left here. You can see when that barrier sat back, that is where the public road was, and it was absolutely.
Oh my lord!
It was something like 9 miles round.
Well, shoot, I should make sure if we have any new tracks, I download the mod for the old tracks, and I'll make a little video of the old tracks so we can do comparisons next time pre-race.
It's just out of this world, and then as safety
and
came on,
this is going to be one-shot quali, isn't it?
It is. Oh no! I'm not quite sure. I think Logstick and R80 tried to occupy. You know those Monza situations where they all trip over each other trying to get space.
I ran into that yesterday on iRacing in the Mercedes W13, whatever the F1 car was, W12. Oh no, W13. Oh my! I ran into that at Monza. It's the worst. But is that what I missed?
Yeah, and I think the other thing is, because there was only a 5-minute qualifying, I think Timorous has been quite cute because he's got across the line in time. Go on.
Dan and Brit Pack, they were both just playing chicken. They were both hitting the brakes at the same time. One of those things where you're walking up to a person and you both keep stepping the same side to try to go past each other. That was just happening right there too, because Dan wants to be the last person to go through. I think he's going for pole here. If I had to put money down on this, which I have today on the Super Bowl and the Bengals, I'd put money on Dan to go pole.
Well, interestingly, Timorous and Chuno are the only two drivers I think are going to get a second bite at this one, because they've got round quick enough with enough time left to have a second go.
I think even Jan Bold might have a chance though, so we'll see.
Oh, maybe not. I did notice something as they were loading up. There was only a 100-second run out for qualifying. Obviously, we're trying to compact everything for what's happened.
Oh, R80, he just seems like at the chicane he just went to the side. He seems like he's just going to start from the back.
Well, maybe there's a tactic there. And the other factor is it's only a 15-minute rather than a 20-minute race, so that may bring slightly different strategy in. So I imagine there's some mental arithmetic going on all the way down the grid.
I mean, yeah, it's everybody's strategy they had can just throw it out the window because it's a brand new game now. I was gonna make a baseball reference, but I couldn't think. But y'all don't know baseball. What's cricket? Cricket have extra overs?
Yes.
Oh hell yeah! So see, baseball has extra innings. That's when it becomes a brand new game. So, I guess the same in cricket.
Okay, we've got some times coming in. 2:16 from Timorous, 2:18 from Yombol, 2:16 Chuno, 2:19 Yellow Sausages. Now we know Kevin last time round came in with a 2:14, I think it was.
Kevin had a penalty. He has to make. He needs another lap. Yes, he's going to get to set another. Kevin needs to set another lap because he had a penalty there. Unless that doesn't count against him.
Oh well, he's showing second at the moment behind Stormfly, and the one that we haven't seen anything. Oh, you said was further down was Dan Yombol there, and 8 Yellow Sausages. He's put a time in, isn't he? Select.
Dan's coming through. What is that? Blanchimont? Yep, coming down
up to the bus stop.
Ooh.
Oh, 2:17 from Brit Pack. So here we go. Dan coming through. 2:15.6. No, he's third. So the top three same again.
Money.
Chili Bass was one of the ones that came out of that best because he qualified 6th this time compared to the 8th that he was last time round.
Oh yeah, well I know Chili Bass is hoping he doesn't catch damage off the start like he did last time. It dropped him all the way back to the end at the start.
So, but I think Stormfly's going for another one. Lockstate's got a penalty there, I notice. So
Jan Bold's on a flyer too. So it looks like Jan Bold and Sausages down in 10th and 11th are both going, and they're drafting each other.
And Kevin is giving Lockstack a draft as well, so I don't know if Kevin can do anything here. It's really tight at the top, isn't it? It's only 0.13 between first and second, and 0.07 between second and third.
I'm just it's so much fun going all the way down to 13 people. We have a lot of people today, and so there's so much more at stake. I'm just sitting here watching 11th and 10th, seeing if they can improve. There's just so much more going on now. I love how we're growing, man.
I'm just sitting on board with Kevin to see whether he can do anything. He's gone through his final split, which I'm afraid I did miss. So he's just heading through Blanchimont up towards the bus stop chicane.
Here we go. Jan Bold and Sausages getting ready to come through here.
So Kevin's coming through the chicane. Yombol 217, 216 from Yellow Sausages.
Improved.
Yeah, he was up there last time, wasn't he? So Kevin goes through. No, he doesn't improve. Stormfly did. He did a 215, but he was already on pole. And Dan third. So pretty much as we were expecting there, really, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, now everybody, let's pray to the racing gods we don't get any bugs here.
Well, it seems to be, hopefully...
Knock on wood, let me... There we go.
Yeah, I usually just tap my head in those situations.
I got hardwood floors from the 1950s. They don't make them like it anymore. So, good luck in those.
So, here we go. 15-minute race, so a little bit different format. So, it might liven things up a bit. Stormfly on pole this time, Kevin second and Dan third. And this is where we expect the action to happen. So, here we go. We are off to green. Here we go.
Ooh, Stormfly with a bad jump. Kevin with a great one.
But everybody's away, and that's what we wanted to see. Fantastic stuff. And Kevin got a flying start down there to the first corner. Dan looking a little bit defensive as they go into the first turn. Oh, look. Oh, Lockstep getting a bit sideways, and he's caught Chili Bass, unfortunately, but they are still all facing the same way.
Everybody, exactly. Everybody's still moving forward.
So, looked a bit of a gap between Stormfly in second and Dan in third, but Stormfly is really good on that slipstream up the hill, isn't he? And his mirror signal manoeuvre straight past Kevin, and he pulls right across to the right-hand side of the track to protect the inside to Lake Coombe. Fantastic stuff.
I mean, I'm so glad that we're able to get some good racing going here. Because, I mean, and everybody's in it here. So I guess that was just a good hard reset for everybody.
It was, and it looks like Dan is creeping his way up to these leading two. So it looks like we are going to get another round of what we had a little while ago. So,
oh, we had 3 wide going through there, going down into No Name.
Well, that Timorous and Yombol, yeah.
Oh, Britpack in the wall. Locksec just got loose and just nailed him. Oh, FOE R80 in.
Right, I'm going to shoot back to the front. Looks like Stormfly is gapping Kevin a little bit, which I am surprised to see.
Good. He just needed to clear his mind. I guess he just needed to do it again. But, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they get back attached to each other. It's a, you know, not as long of a race, but this one's a sprint. And we're still going to have a pit stop. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, being probably about halfway. Now, the other interesting...
Maybe, but if somebody pits on the first one, they can go all the way to the end.
It could be. And the other thing is, we know the HKRT drivers are particularly good on their field, so they could go longer and have more of a splash and dash. Maybe not even change tyres. That could be a bit of a strategy.
Oh my Lord! My brain's twisted right now. I completely forgot about a pit stop.
Well, let me twist it a little bit more with it. This is the theory. Kevin hasn't got the pace that we expect to see out of him. Is he fuel saving and trying to avoid a stop?
Yes, he is 100%. I just went and looked at the fuel. He has substantially more fuel than Stormfly and Dan.
Yeah, so he's lift and coasting and maybe short shifting. So that's an interesting manoeuvre there, because the other two are now really committed, aren't they? They can't back off enough to save fuel, I would imagine, after one lap. And in the background, it looks like we've got
he's under attack from Dan here.
Yeah. Well, if he's got a pit stop in hand, why not let him go?
I mean, in Lake Holmes that they're going through right now, that's where you can make up time. I mean, personally speaking, as a driver, going into that first turn in Lake Holmes is my favorite spot to make a pass. So if you can outbrake somebody in there, you will always beat them, because it's all about positioning in there.
But it's also trying to get that inside line, isn't it? You can do it. Oh, Dan airborne there. That was a full juice of hazard
Dan
there.
all the way out into the green. Does he get a penalty? No, he avoids the time penalty there.
Yeah, I think that was just catching one of those curbs on the inside, and he went completely airborne there, didn't he?
Oh yeah, but our biggest loser so far from that restart is Sausages. He was up there battling in the top 4, and now he's all the way down to 7, and he's a good 6 seconds off the lead.
Yeah, and also that he's not really on the back of Timorous there either in front of him. I've just jumped to him, and he's not really. Those drivers in sort of 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th are sort of streamed out, with nobody really landing on top of each other at the moment.
I'm just ready to see this front three go into the pits. Kevin is not going to have to put as much fuel in. And so he's going to be able to get out a half second earlier, maybe. And that could make all the difference with how fast every single one of them is.
But also, you've got that side of it, but can he stretch it on the tyres and not change the tyres, just go for the fuel?
I mean, I don't think... Oh, here we go. We're going to find out.
Oh, Kevin's in the pits already.
Dan and Kevin. Stormfly stayed out.
Now that one goes
They're on
against...
the same strategy. Maybe that's a thing of do what monkey see, monkey do. Do what's in front of you.
Wow. That goes... How does that go completely against what we were coming up with? But these two obviously reckon they can go to the end of the race on the fuel and tyres that they're going to put in now, don't they?
I mean, here we go. And it looks like tires are at the ready for Dan. Are they going to put them on? Nope, no tires.
No,
Kevin taking
fuel.
tires. Kevin took tires.
Now that's interesting because the HKRT drivers are the ones that tend to be able to save their tyres. So
but Kevin's out. Kevin's out early. He didn't hurt him.
Short fuel? No, he's in front. He's in front of Dan. What's the fueling between those two?
Dan went full. Dan went full fuel. Kevin went short. So Kevin is going to have to manage that fuel. And I don't. Maybe he put enough, but I don't know.
Or has he gone for track position?
I truly don't know.
He's gone. See, he's given himself a 2.5 second gap on Dan. So has he done that to give him track position? Because next time round we're pretty confident that Stormfly and probably the rest of the field are going to have to pit. So these two guys here are out of kilter with the rest, and they're possibly out of kilter with each other because Dan's got a full tank and Kevin hasn't. So has Kevin got to stop again, or has he just got to be frugal?
He has to be frugal because if he stops again, he's done. But speaking of being good on fuel, I think Chili Bass might be our next winner in the pit stops. He's got a lot of fuel for not having stopped yet. He might be able to go one more lap too.
Well, if he goes one more lap, he will be on about 5 or 6 minutes to go. So that would be short fueling. So that would jump him in front of the cars that are in front of him. But I'm not used to seeing Chili Bass down in 8 fighting with Lockstack and... Well, okay, he did have a bit of a coming together now on the... Who's in the pit? Oh, Stormfly. Okay. Stormfly. So I think that everybody else is going to be streaming into the pits as well, apart possibly from... No, Chili Bass is in. No.
He's in. He's going to go short fuel. Everybody's in.
Everything we're going for tonight, or everything we're predicting, is going completely wrong. We're having a full Murray Walker tonight, aren't we?
I mean, it's just... It's great. I mean, racing is chaos by nature. And so just seeing chaos work its thing is just art. And I love it. I love every second of it.
As they complete their first out lap, Kevin has not really gained anything on... sorry, Kevin has not stretched the lead from Dan. There's still about 2.5 seconds between them. But Kevin's just going through La Source to see a completely clear track in front of him.
And here comes Stormfly.
So Stormfly and Dan side by side as they come down the hill, and Stormfly comes out behind. So Stormfly drops to 3rd.
Let's see what we got going on here.
But it also looks like Dan is not catching Kevin. So I would imagine Stormfly's got a full set of fuel, but also a fresh set of tyres. And he's
Kevin
loving
only
it.
has half a tank.
Yeah, he's loving it up the hill. Well, they started on half a tank, so he should be okay with that one. But Stormfly loves it up that hill in the slipstream, doesn't he? He always seems to get a good exit out of Eau Rouge. And as he heads round Radion and up the hill, he just seems to be able to get in that draft.
I mean, and they are just... I mean, there's good racing all around. There are spaces and gaps between these people, but it's not a huge gap. It's literally... Your back slides out just a little too much. Somebody's on you. there's going to be something coming down here in the last 6 minutes. It's going to be, oh, was that Dan? That was just a weird camera angle.
Well, Storm, yeah, well, I think he made some kind of mistake because Dan got caught up by Stormfly there quite significantly. It's just 0.2 between them now, and that Lucky Strike Porsche is all over the back of the Kit Kat one. So knowing how Stormfly loves his slipstream, I would imagine, I'll tell you what, we'll go Brave, we'll go on board with, when we get it right, with Stormfly, sorry, who is just behind Dan as they head out of Stavelot down towards Blanchimont. He's in the draft. This is where Dan tried that rather optimistic manoeuvre in the first race, but Dan holding to the circuit on the right. Stormfly trying to go round the outside. I don't see that working. No, they turn into the bus stop.
Can he switch it? Can he switch them right here?
No, he can't. He can't do it there. Dan's sweeping to the outside there. I don't know why he was trying to defend that line. I'd be more defensive about the one down the inside.
Hey, but Stormfly set a new fastest lap there.
Fresh set of boots.
Let's see, is Kevin still extending? He is, but Kevin's getting lower on fuel. He should be able to make it to the end if he's really good at managing it, but 4 minutes left doesn't seem like enough to get rid of it all.
Well, 4:42, that's going to mean we've got 3 laps remaining. So here we go, Stormfly through to second place. He loves the slipstreaming up the hill there. Let's see how close they get as they get up to the... Oh,
they're going to touch.
Holds it down the brake there, side by side, all the way through Lake Coombe, and they're still side by side. Stormfly hangs onto it around the outside. Absolutely awesome racing there, guys.
I want us to hold like post-race and midweek interviews with these guys so we can just like just let it go. I love it.
So how's this
amazing, dude? These dudes are always on each other. It's the best.
Oh, Stormfly going defensive as they work their way down towards Pouon.
Here's my question. Is Stormfly racing to catch Kevin, or is he racing to keep Dan behind him?
Oh, I don't know. Let's have a look at the timing. No, I think Kevin's gone. Kevin's 3.5 seconds up the road now, so 2 laps to go at the end of this one. I can't see that they are... He's going to be able to catch up.
Kevin got a little loose up there, so he's going to lose a bit of time right here. He took a little too much curb.
But he's got to lose 2 seconds a lap on these guys. I don't see that happening.
Oh, neither do I, but... I mean, with Stormfly and Dan, it just takes one mistake. They're literally there. They're like a pack of hyenas. They're just waiting.
So we're getting quite a lot of action on YouTube. Alex Bowles mainly, and Tommy G, sorry, saying top racing there. Alex Bowles is saying Dan is a very good driver in IRL as 2.
Oh.
So... And he reckons that Dan is going to slipstream here, but Dan seems to be dropping a little bit off the back of Stormfly there. Maybe he's paying the price for those slightly older tyres. So we've got 2 laps to go.
And those of you in the chat, share this stream with your friends. Get them in here for the last 2 minutes and for the next race, because there's going to be fireworks. You don't see this close of racing in real life, so get them in here. Get them used to it. Get them maybe driving from seeing it. Send out the link. Let's go.
So I'm just going to hop down the field. This usually causes an overtake further back, but hop back. Jonbold, that's a good showing by Jonbold, because he's only been a little bit further down the field there, hasn't he? So he's holding 4th there at the moment.
You said it, no offense to him, but you said his name. I naturally went down to 8th to 7th and looking between there. No. Now he is flying. He's ready to pounce too.
And... coming up behind. Oh, just as we get the action, look at this battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th.
Oh my Lord.
Lockstick and Chili Bass coming together. Oh no! Oh, Chili Bass and Select came together now. Unfortunately, Select came off worse from that one. I doubt he's going to be very happy about that.
Chili Bass gave him a little bit of a shove right there. Did
seem to be a little bit of a love tap though, so there may be a phone call to the Michael Massey equivalent of Flat Out E-Racing. So Lockstick there in 5th now. Chili Bass is obviously desperate. He's in it for the championship, so he's desperate to get through and try and at least do what they call damage limitation, I suppose, and he does. He slides through the inside of Pouon, and Yellow Sausage, Lockstick getting really beaten up there. He got beaten up first by Chili Bass, and then Yellow Sausages gave him a bit of a healthy shove into the second part of Pouon. And
well, Stormfly's gone purple again. Oh, but he's gone wide. He's gone way wide.
They're heading down to Blanchimont. They've still got 1 lap to go after. Oh, and he's got a penalty as well. He needs to dump that before the end of the lap. Oh, this is livening things back up a bit. I only got down as far as 8th. Oh,
well,
he's down.
Oh,
yeah. Well, he had to drop the penalty.
That's going to bring Jonbold in. That's going to bring Jonbold closer.
Oh, I know. There's 8.5 seconds there. I think this is going to be a last lap ding dong between Dan and Stormfly, and we've seen a few of those before, haven't we?
Oh yeah, but hey, Kevin has pressure on him. Don't forget that. You have that big of a gap, and you know it's the last lap. You're thinking in the back of your head, okay, all I got to do is just not mess up and go slower. But once you go that bit slower, you start missing your points that you already know. And so you got to keep the mindset that you're still racing. So we got to see what Kevin does here.
It's a difficult one, that being out in front. I've done it before, because you suddenly sort of get yourself a buffer, and you get out in front, and all of a sudden you're thinking about, what shall I have for tea?
Exactly, and you're sitting there thinking, okay, if I just do this, do that,
oh, look
I'm
at
going to be fine. Oh!
Stormfly got a massive draft up the hill there, and went one way then the other, but Dan seemed to me fairly had it covered. So Dan going defensively, head down towards Brussels. You can go any outside here.
I reckon they're going to touch each other here before the finish line. I reckon.
It's going to all happen at the bus stop, I reckon.
Oh, I mean, I think it's going to come into the last few turns, into 13, 14, and 15.
Oh, Dan's going defensive. Dan's
13, 14, and 15 are where money's made. But here we... Oh, Stormfly at the inside. Oh...
I don't know. Dan going defensive again. If there was a defense.
Oh, look at this. Going around the outside, Stormfly. Oh my God, is Dan gonna hold the inside here?
Oh, it's looking tight. They stab below. Oh, Dan a little bit sideways there, but he hung on to it. Now we've seen Dan do some brave stuff down at Blanchimont. Can he do it again? He's a little bit gapped now by the look of it. He looked a bit compromised on that battle.
I don't think he's going to go side by side here. I think he's going to time him up and try to outbreak him going into the chicane. So it's all going to happen. Who gets the better exit?
I think Stormfly's got just enough, but I reckon he's going to go defensive. He's parking it in the middle of the road. Dan's having a look.
Kevin held it. Oh, he gave me a little bit of a heart attack there. I thought we were going to get something crazy.
So Stormfly through in second and Dan in third. Fantastic battle there, guys. Great racing, great viewing. This is what we love, and this is what we bring to you every Sunday night. So
it looks like we got a battle for 9th right here between Cajun and Tuano going into the bus stop.
Okay, Yellow Sausage is 5th. Oh, Chili Bass dropped to 6th. He was up to 4th at one point, so I don't know what happened there.
Oh, we got contact. Tuano got him. Tuano made the move for 9th there. What a move going into the last.
I would love to
go into single digits there. You got to go check the replay on that.
I'll risk it, because the problem is, here we go, coming up to the last corner, Cajun in the lead, Tuano just behind. Oh, to be fair, Kevin got on the curbs, was trying to get the throttle down, and the back came round, and it fired him across the track. Tuano was already going up the inside, and unfortunately it was in Cajun's way. So we got that.
Also, I just want everybody to take in. Go down to 11th for me quick. This is probably the slowest lap you'll ever see in a race. He never got the checkered flag. That's awesome. I love it. He was just going as slow as he could. He was the only one without the checkered flag. Thought that was going to be a record slow lap.
Man. So congratulations to Kevin there on his return to flat out e-racing. He does it with a win. So,
and now are they still starting on mediums, or do we? Because I know we talked about maybe going to a harder tire. But are they still doing mediums?
They're still doing mediums. There's the top 6. So that's Kevin, Stormfly, Dan, Jonbold, Yellow Sausage, and Chili Bass. Will go to the medium tyre to start the second 30-minute race, but they can get rid of that tyre on the first lap, third lap, whenever they want, and then go to super softs. It's just to give those guys a little bit of a handicap. They're already starting at the back of the grid, But just to slow them down a little bit and sort of shake things up a bit, which works really well. We've tried this so many times.
Well, imagine if everybody had to run a wet tire for one lap.
Well, even if it wasn't raining.
I'm just thinking, I told you I love chaos. I told you that about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, that certainly would be chaos. So just running down.
It would be awful.
Just running down beyond the podium sitters there. Yon Bold and Yellow Sausages got by Chili Bass again there because
everybody welcome back Noddy's though. Noddy's just went drift Connor right there.
Oh, he's back in, is he? Oh, fantastic.
What is that, Lake Combs? Yeah, through Lake Combs. He just went rallying through there, and it was beautiful. But welcome him back, because I think he's going to put in a performance here.
Oh, he's got these Porsches under his belt, isn't he, on the previous races? So hopefully we're going to see something special, because he should be starting from the front of the grid. So,
oh yeah, but he's got a chip on his shoulder too for not hopping in it for the last race. It looks like he got qualifying. He missed qualifying, so. He's got a little bit of anger in him. Maybe that'll get him to go faster.
So, just running down the runners and riders from the first race. Timorous, again, he's down in 7th. I would have expected possibly a little bit further forward with Timorous there. And then Select, we saw having that contact. He ended up 8th. Truno, as we saw, got Cajun right at the line for 9th place. So, Cajun was in 10th. And then Loxtec finished 11th. Again, that's a little bit out of position there, really, isn't it? For Loxtec, we'd expect to see him more 5th and 6th in the field, wouldn't he?
Really is, but that's the thing. We're coming from the GT Sport tracks to the real world tracks, where people are going to have more knowledge of these tracks. And most of the time, track knowledge is what comes down to a lot of speed and a lot of pace, as well as other things. But if you don't know the track, you're not going to be fast. No. And so by having this more knowledge, we're seeing more people come in here and show their true pace.
And then in 12th we had new driver Britt Pack, so he's had a little bit of a baptism of fire, but he's going to have a good starting position for the second race. And then R80 was in 13th, so I think we are heading for a fairly quick turnaround by the look of it.
I mean, it's just great. Like, it's just all of this. It's just great. It's great racing. It's fantastic.
So
I'm really excited.
Alex Bowles is still chipping in on the YouTube channel. We love to see that. Everybody watching us out there, please just click that like and subscribe button. You'll get the reminders of when we're online. You'll get us on a Sunday night, and you'll get us on a Wednesday night as well with our GT4 series. So Alex is saying it was a great race there, and he's also reckoned his driver interviews would be awesome, and I've got an idea on that which I'll talk to you afterwards, Skis, that we might be able to pull something off on that one.
I love it, because I was going to talk with you afterwards about coming up with some ideas, so that works perfect. Great minds think alike, as usual.
I think we'll have to do the reverse of what we did on that endurance race, and you'll have to invite them into the chat, and then we can work on it like that one. But we'll talk about that one for next week. I think you're going to increase your friends on PlayStation Network.
I really do. It's a whole lot different streaming from the PC, but than the PlayStation, and so by adding them in here, I gotta get a whole lot more friends, because not as easy as making a Discord call. So gotta get that squared away.
So I'm just having a quick look, see if we've got the.
So we got another comment here. Looks like, man, this is the most interaction we've gotten. This 2 weeks in a row, man.
Alfie Edwards, Top Racing, we're every driver there. Looking forward to the next race. And Alfie, we are definitely looking forward towards it as well. And it looks like, just looking at the free practice at the moment, Noddy's mate looking quite racy. He's got that red mist, isn't he? I think. Oh
my gosh, I told you. I mean, that's awesome. And Alex, I see you saying something about iRacing. That's my specialty, man. You message me on Facebook in the FOE group afterwards, and I'll help you out. We can get some racing, and I can whoop your tail in some ovals. Now let's pay attention to what we got on hand here.
Okay, you've got about 10 seconds, Skis. Who's your money on?
Top 3. I'm thinking, okay, let's go top 5. I'm thinking we're going to have a Noddy's in 5th, Sausages in 4th. We're going to see Locke second, win, Cajun in 6th, then we're going to get a Dan second.
Okay, here we go, and it's green and we're off. Here we go. So Britpack gets a good start, pulls away a little bit from Cajun. Lockstech there. Here we go. This will be a little bit busy down at La Source, I imagine, but Britpack has got round cleanly. Lockstech slotting in behind.
Chili Bass off, and Chili Bass has T-boned somebody.
Hope it wasn't one of his teammates.
He got Noddies. Oh, and Noddies is in the wall. Noddies, I'm so sorry. I'll have a drink for you.
Okay, as we can head up the Camel Straight. Britpack in the lead, but Lockstech right under his rear wing is looking really busy behind as well, but we'll stick with the lead as Lockstech pulls out for the inside for Lacoum. Gets the move done before they get to the braking zone. So here we are. Lockstech takes the lead, Britpack second. Of the fast guys from the first race, it looks like Stormfly's doing the best because he's up to fifth already.
Stormfly's flying. I mean, but it's all about, especially on this track, it's all about limiting damage, avoiding contact, being there at the end. And you know, we already saw some people struggled with that at the start, and that ruins the race. So we'll see.
So I'm just hopping back because I noticed Kevin was going backwards and forwards in a little bit of a group there, but it looks like Yellow Sausages has picked up a little bit of a penalty, so Kevin's up to 7th. Oh, someone's running wide there. Who was that?
That's Select.
He was. He needed a ticket to get back in. He was so far off the track there. He's coming behind Kevin. So Kevin, I think, is just working on keeping Stormfly in his crosshairs, shall we say, to make sure he doesn't get too far away and worry about what we're actually going to do later on in the race.
I mean, as we were talking about Select there, that was like handing a 3-year-old a coloring book. Everything was outside the lines, so he's got to fix that.
Well, the other thing I've just noticed, and I know they were doing little tweaks because of the time. Oh, is Kevin going to do a Blanchimont? No, we've got to see somebody do a Blanchimont before the night's out. But that was a bit...
I didn't even realize Tamoris was up there on... Is he on Super Sauce?
Oh.
We got two... Oh, and we got Stormfly straight into the pits.
And so's Kevin. They're going to get rid of those mediums straight away. So this is going to shake everything up. And the other thing I've noticed, because they were obviously adjusting times because of what's happened with the glitch we had earlier, it's only a 25-minute race, not a 30-minute race.
Oh, I mean... Is this really a 30-minute race? You said this was 25 minutes?
Yep.
Oh, we shortened it. Oh, man. So that's going to... Oh, man, I don't think we're going to have anybody running out of fuel for a 3rd week in a row, so I think we can work that out. But
will the Brave Souls try and go for a one-stopper?
Now, by Brave Souls, you mean the Greeks?
Yeah, but this Greek isn't. He's fueling up now. I'd imagine he's going to fuel...
Oh, one Greek making a move up the inside here on lock second. What a beautiful move there. That's exactly where I was speaking of, where you can make the best moves right there through Lake Holmes. And oh my God, that was beautiful.
I've just gone for the replay. Here we go. So Timorous was behind and Lockstech had gone defensive, but at the last minute Timorous just absolutely launched it. It was possibly a little bit rude, but it was a bit brave on the brakes, but I think he may have slid a little bit further had Lockstech not been in the way there. But he does have a penalty he's going to have to drop, so he's going to have to find a suitable point to do that before he gets to the finishing line.
I'm just having so much fun, man. This is the best racing we've had. And this is what we were talking about last week on these tracks. I'm so pumped because this is a gauntlet, and we are seeing it here, front to back.
Just as my brain whirs while we're watching the racing, you're talking. Is Timorous playing a team game here? Do you think he's trying to hold the field up to Kevin's advantage?
Well, I mean, it is the Olympic season right now, so it could be... Oh, they're together. Yep.
Lockstech
we call that the old Casper move right there. He just ghosted right through him.
Well, I know that Timorous had to lose that penalty, so I don't know if that's what caused him to ghost. But oh, he got a really good exit out. Oh no, Britpack. Oh, he was doing so well, and he's half spun just coming out of the bus stop chicane. Just a little bit too optimistic on the throttle, and round the back came. So Lockstech hangs on to the lead. Timorous coming out on the tighter line as they head down towards Eau Rouge. Has he got a run on him? Yes, he has. That was an easy one. He just got a good exit out of La Source hairpin and just drove straight by Lockstech before they even got to Eau Rouge. That was incredible.
I mean, they're just flying, man. I mean,
and here we go again.
Best. These two, I call it. I mean, Lockstech. I don't know how I forgot about Timoris. I think what I put him at 5th.
Yeah, in the first race, he really didn't sort of make a big showing, but Lockstech just got
I probably shouldn't gamble today because I've been wrong both times so far.
Well, Lockstech there, and I'm guessing they are going to have to come in at the end of this lap for fuel. But Lockstech there did a really nice sweep manoeuvre coming back by Timoris there. He got by even before they got to Lake Cooper and was through. So that slipstream up the hill, up the Kemmel Straight, does look particularly strong.
I mean, they're just, and it's all about fuel because they're going into the pits now. Lockstech he does not have enough. Tuano, though, we've forgotten about him. I just flipped him at 3rd on accident, and holy crap, he's hunting him down too, and he has fuel. He can go for an overcut.
Oh, maybe some of these guys are learning from the HKRT drivers that it's not all about the out-and-out speed. It's being fast and frugal.
I mean, it's great. I mean, and honestly, Tuano just went purple. There goes my voice. Woo! Tuano just went purple, and it's fantastic. He's flying. I mean, that's what I told you. We're going to see everybody's real pace now, and I love it. And also, Alex, that Schizo414 was me, so just shoot me a message on Discord in case you were confused.
So the other thing is this slightly shortened race will juggle the strategies a little bit as well. So, here we go. So you were absolutely spot on. Tuano has gone for another lap, whereas everybody else is streaming into the pits.
Andy's gone purple. He went fastest lap. He's a man on a mission.
He is. Where's this come from? Because he's fastest lap.
And Jan Bold stayed out on the mediums.
Well, I've always been curious with these ones that get rid of the mediums straight away, because you're almost forcing your strategy that way, aren't you? Whereas if you put up with them for a couple of laps, yes, you're not going to be as quick, but you may be able to get away with 1 stop rather than 2.
There's so many strategies. That's what I love about GT Sport. I mean, you don't have to worry about setups, which is fantastic, because setups suck. It's the worst. But you do have to worry about your fuel and your tires, and so those are the 2 main factors in racing normally. And so you still got to use your brain, and you got to be creative and come up with something. And so maybe Tuano's being the creative one here, and maybe this overcut works. And also Jan Bold behind him. So who knows? Maybe we'll see those Gulf Porsches.
Well, interesting. Look at just doing some mental arithmetic, which is not my strong point. That Tuano is about 33 seconds in front of Kevin at the moment, and I think that's enough to get in and out of the pits and still be in the lead.
I mean, and I'm sure he changes tires, but they're going to have to fuel again. So he's not going to change. There's no way does he change tires? They're all going to have to fuel again.
Well, well, are we seeing Tuano has pulled an absolute blinder here? He's going for a single stop. Do you think Kevin, Stormfly and Lockstech are going to have to go for another stop?
Well, I truly think Tuano, he can honestly lower that fuel level down a little bit, maybe, and go for a 1-stopper. I mean, he'd be bleeding the engine, the gas dry at the end, but, I mean, if he can do it, it'd be awesome.
Well, it's normally 6 to 7 minutes at the rate of fuel they use.
Here he goes into the pits. Let's see if it works.
Here he goes. So Jan Bold must be going in as well. Yeah, he's down to 1 litre, wasn't it? I think he can go to the end, because they can usually get 7 or 8 minutes on, or they usually, more probably 6 or 7 minutes on a half tank. So 15 minutes on a full tank should be easily doable. Now I'm going to hop with Kevin, because he's the one we want to be watching, because he's just coming out of the bus stop now, down towards La Source.
Tuano switched tires. Why did it take him so long in the pits? Did he get a pit glitch?
No, is it just time? No, or is the pits just because you've got that long in and long out?
That pit stop, he's not even left yet. That pit stop is long.
Well, it's a long run in and a long run out, isn't it?
It truly is. Tuano came out in 6th there. But he didn't even fully fill up. Maybe he can run it to the end, though.
Well, if he can run it to the end, it's whether the others can make it to the end. Because I'm sat on board with Kevin now, with 14 minutes to go. He's going to have to stop again. So Tuano might not have blown it. He might not have blown it. He may be going. Because Kevin went early, didn't he? And he dropped the medium tyres off really early on, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he got rid of them quick. So he's going to have to hop back on another set of tires more than likely, because those super softs are degrading quick, especially around a track like Spa, which changes elevation so much. It's going to put so much stress on your brakes and tires. So he's definitely going to have to switch again with how much he's putting on it, and he's going to have to refuel. But so maybe Tuano's on the right thing. But
the other one who Stormfly,
no way. Have you noticed it? What happened?
Stormfly went absolutely sideways into the first bit of poo on, caught it, went across the grass on the inside, and for his benefit got a half-second penalty.
Well, Trevor, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go down to 6th place real quick and take a look at what Tuano's doing. Take a look at his tires.
Well, he's gone softs, so he's going to the end.
He's gone on softs.
Yep.
He's gotten creative.
Yeah, well, that's what we like to see. And we saw this last season. I know you weren't with me then. And we saw some races where I was watching drivers and I was scratching my head at what they were doing. And then all of a sudden, they'd done a completely different strategy. And everybody else was having to back off because they were running out of fuel. And the driver that had worked it out right was coming through and winning. It was quite incredible.
That's why I love racing. I just love it. I just love it. And then we're gonna find out here. We got 12 minutes. Everything's gonna come together right around the 4-minute mark again, and it's gonna be a shootout.
And the other thing is, with those length of pit stops, that's really going to drop Kevin, Stormfly, Dan, assuming they're all going to pit. Because is Dan maybe a little bit playing that game? No, he's down the quarter of tank, so he's not going to make it. So he's going to have to stop again.
Tuano's being very good on his fuel. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Well, maybe these guys have sussed that, they see the qualifying times, the likes of Kevin and Stormfly and Dan, and go, I can't go that quick, but I can do something different and maybe win the race that way, which is what we like to see. Because if you had the same guys winning week in, week out, it's a little bit repetitive. We don't want to be like Formula 1. Whereas this, you've got a complete curveball potentially coming in there.
And I mean, as a baseball player, I hate facing curveballs, let me tell you. So, but if you're a pitcher, you love a good curveball. So we got to see who's going to be who here.
Well, talking of that, you confused me. I was looking at the live chat on. I know you mentioned it, but that was like 3 minutes ago, and I'm thinking, why is Skeets commenting on our own stream? And I realise why now.
Yeah, so he's trying to contact me, so I'm trying to bring more people to our Facebook page as well.
Okay, well, Alfie Edwards is shouting for Britpack. Now, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go down a little way to find him, a little bit further actually. There he goes, Britpack in the blue Porsche there. He's coming up behind Cajun. They're battling for 11th and 12th. Oh, someone round there, I think that was R80. Pouon seems to be the corner that's catching them out, and he was round and backwards there. I think I've left it too late, I'm afraid, for a replay of that one, but it looks like the back had come round through that double apex. I think I can see what his problem is.
Kevin in the pits.
Oh, he's gone early. But
Stormfly, Dan, both. Oh my lord, let's get on with Tuano.
Well, sorry, I was just watching R80 because he was. I get shown Tuano's. Tuano's, he's going to be a long way ahead of, I think, here. Those lap times are, and he's put in his best time as well. But he is about 1.8 seconds a lap off. Oh, he's gone deep. He's gone deep at La Source, but he's got it together.
But he's not using any fuel. It's insane.
So Lockstack's still in the pits, so none of those others have come out yet, have they?
That pit stop is insanely long.
Well, but it's not an ACC insanely long, is it? Because you have to go through both pits on that one, and that is painful. For those of you at home that don't play ACC, you have the pit lane that we've got here, which is the Formula 1 pit lane. But when you play the endurance version on ACC, you also have to trundle through the old 1960s pits and then up, and you come out on the exit of Eau Rouge. It is painful.
And you have to go fast. You can't go slow. So it's the worst.
Well, so where are these others come out? So the next is Kevin. So let's have a look. Twano is 4.5 seconds off the lead. Let's go back to Kevin. He's 26
Sausages
seconds.
might be able to hold on to the end too. He went softs.
Okay, well Kevin is 26 seconds off lead. So he's 22 seconds behind Twano with 8.5 minutes. So that's about 4 to 5 laps left. Probably 4 laps. Yeah, that'll be 4 laps left. So he's got to go 6 seconds a lap quicker than Twano, assuming Twano can make it to the end. Let's go back up to him. Yeah, he can make that easily to the end. But the only other one... can
Tamoris has to pit.
Do you
think? He has to pit. Oh,
Why?
He's going to have to pit. He can't make it all the way on a quarter of a tank.
Yeah, but he's so frugal. They are the fast and frugal.
I think he's miscalculated. I truly do. Just looking at it. Let's see what he does here. Ooh, straight in the pits.
Okay.
Yep, Tamoris in the pits.
That shows how little I know, doesn't it?
Hey, you gotta play devil's advocate.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Twano, I think, has got this one in the bag. I can't see anyone who's going to do anything that can catch him.
Well, Select, he's running great too. It's just awesome.
But yeah,
why can't I get on board with him?
Yeah, but if you look on board with him, you'll see tyres that are racing super softs that are heavily worn. I think he can make it.
I just got there as soon as you said it.
Yeah, I think he can make it to the end. It ain't going to be pretty, because when Kevin went for the pits, I was watching R80 and his tyres were...
with a penalty. Leader has a penalty.
By much?
Half a second, so he can probably scrub it off through these turns.
Yeah, but that's taking a bit of a shortcut through Eau Rouge, isn't it? But going back to what I was saying, when Kevin went for the pits, I was watching R80 and his tyres were even more worn than Select, and it was like he was driving with casters under the rear wheels. He was all over the place. So those racing super softs on this Spa circuit, they don't seem to be lasting as we've seen them on some of the GT Sport tracks that we've visited before.
Not at all, and that's what we're going to see with these real tracks, is a little bit more tire degradation, because the GT Sport tracks are created for perfect GT Sport racing, obviously. These aren't. So there's going to be a whole lot more like we're seeing with the softs coming in instead of the super softs. And that seems to be the move right now. But Twano has not shaved off any of that penalty yet. Maybe he's saving it for the bus stop.
Well, that's one of the easier places I would imagine to do it. But the other one who's doing well and has got nearly half a tank, so can make it to the end, is Yellow Sausages. So he's sitting there comfortably in third at the moment. And next along is Britpack, but unfortunately, looking at his fuel, he's going to have to stop, I think. I don't think he's going to be able... he just went a bit rallycross there at Stavelot, but got away with it. But
well, I mean, we got 3 more laps left in this race, so it's coming down.
Yeah, but he's got... what is that? He's got less than a quarter of a tank.
Yeah, he could stretch it if he goes 6, but shoot, he's going to lose so much time.
Well, he might do, but that's the one painful thing, isn't it? You think you've got a good strategy, and then you look, he's decided he hasn't got a good strategy, he's going for the pit, so that's going to cause him a whole world of pain, I'm afraid. So, but that has put Kevin up to 4th, but he's still 15 seconds off the lead, we think, with 3 laps remaining. So
Select is just managing these tires very well, though.
He is. He's dropping the back, I think, from Tuano. But I'm just having a look, see how far they all are from the leader. So Yellow Sausages is 10 seconds off the leader, and Kevin is 13. So Kevin is catching Yellow Sausages.
I can't believe our normal leaders are in 6th and 8th.
I think they've just got the strategy wrong.
It's amazing. It's chaos. This is, and like I said earlier, when you were going over the standings, it's anybody's game. This is going to throw Tuano up to the front. He's going to have a shot at the championship now because if he pulls this out.
It is, and also it's going to give the others something to think about, that it's not just those guys that are quick in qualifying that can win races. You can look at it a different way, and you can still win.
That's the best part. And when that's like endurance racing, like we see all the time. And this is a mini endurance race. That's what this is. It's just scaled down, and so you have to. It's not always about having, the fastest hot lap. You have to have the best strategy. Somebody who does the fastest laps but pits 3 times is probably going to finish behind somebody who does a lap just a tiny bit slower but only pits twice. So you gotta get creative.
Yeah, and that's exactly what these guys have done, which is absolutely fantastic, which is what we want to see, because you don't want the guys who are on the fastest tyres doing the fastest laps winning every time. So you just want to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, this is hectic, man.
Alfie Edwards on Alfie Edwards on YouTube.
Sausage making a move for second now. Was that through Pouillon? No, it wasn't through Pouillon. That was Blanchimont.
That was corner for Blanchimont. Yeah, I can probably flick back and have a look at that one, hopefully without too much drama. Let's hope. So he got a good run out of Stavelot. Yeah, he got it done before they got to Blanchimont. I'm just watching the replay now. That was a nice clean move. He really set that up well from the exit from Stavelot and had such a good run. It was a mirror signal maneuver job.
Well, now look at this. Kevin has less fuel than Tuano, and he's pitted twice to Tuano's 1. This is what we were talking about with different strategies. It's wild.
It's that one stopper, isn't it? It makes all the difference there.
So, he has plenty of fuel. He's going to have to do one more lap after this. And so, it's going to come close, actually, now that I look at it. But
no, I think he's going to be good. And it's Yellow Sausages. Oh, and what we hadn't noticed there was that it looks like Select with those, those racing super softs have gone. Kevin's gone by him for 3rd as well.
Yep. He's going to have to manage them, and it looks like Sausages ran into a penalty as well, so he's going to have to try to time these to scrub it off without giving up the spot to Kevin.
I think this is going to be tricky. Kevin's on a bit of a charge here. He's 9 seconds up the road from Tuano. I don't think he can get Tuano by the end of the race, but I think Kevin can get himself back up to 2nd.
He's sticking to his tail.
Well, I think he knows he's probably got the speed.
Oh, round the outside.
Look at that. Great move there. Just let it round wide out of the second section of Pouillon and just drifted straight up the outside of it, which became the inside for the next corner. Absolutely fantastic stuff there.
And that's called car positioning. That's on Sausages for not going defensive there. If you're trying to stop something, you got to block up the inside line. So maybe he understood that's not his race, and he's just trying to set in and keep a podium.
And that's the thing that you see with a lot of this online racing. People who don't accept it's not my race today, I'll come back and fight another day. They just overdrive it, trying to keep in the race regardless. And sometimes you just have to step down and decide, I'm going to fight this battle another time.
Oh yeah, because there's always a good there's always a good battle if you get somebody who's fast and somebody who's very good at defense. The person who's very good at defense can always win with good defense too. But sometimes, if you're not fast enough, it's just, there's no point. You're just holding up the race and causing more issues. And so, it's like we were talking about earlier during qualifying, with somebody pulling over to the side to get out of the way on somebody on a hot lap. Good sportsmanship always shines and normally comes back in the end to help you out.
And talking a good sport, at the moment, I don't think it's enough to sort it out before the end of the race. But Kevin is taking massive bites out Tuano's lead. It was 9 seconds when he got by Yellow Sausages, I noted, It's now down to 6.3, and he can, as they're going up the Kemmel Straight, Kevin can see Tuano turning into Les Combes, so he's got the target in sight. But I don't think it's, unless Tuano makes a mistake. And you're falling
Tuano
into
is fuel. But him and Kevin both have the same, so Tuano can manage it comfortably with that 5-second gap. But Kevin I think he might cut it down to 3 seconds by the end.
But you've only got to cross the finishing line first. You don't necessarily have to be 5 seconds in front. Or half a second will do. You just need to be in front.
I mean, and that's very true. And it looks like Stormfly's up in 4th, and it looks like he's going to sit comfortably in 4th place here till the end. And it looks like, what is it? Oh, Dan still trying to battle Jan Bold. We were talking about him earlier. Jan Bold holding 6th. He's doing great.
Yeah, Dan didn't seem to have the pace of the guys in front of him, I noticed, in the early part of the race. And then even when he was running sort of with Kevin, Stormfly and Dan, he was a little bit behind, and he seems to have got caught out by the strategies of the cars around him.
I mean, you called it. Tuano pulled a blinder. They just, he zigged when everybody else zagged, and he's kicking everybody else's ass now that we think about it. I mean, shit. Excuse my language, but that's racing right there, folks.
It is, and it's been the thinking man's racer rather than the fast man's racer. And here he goes out of the bus stop chicane. Tuano comes
and
up
he's out
to
of
the
fuel.
line.
He's out of fuel.
Yeah, but he's done it. He's done it. So second across the line is Kevin. Third, Yellow Sausages not far behind at all. Stormfly. Oh, hello. Dan got up to 5th there somewhere.
Oh yeah, and then Jan Bold holding 6th. Select's tires were just gone. He fell all the way down.
I'm not surprised. His tyres were gone a couple of laps ago. Timmer's coming up to the line. He dropped away a little bit there. We thought there might be a little bit more. And the one who's, and this is going to be his drop round, I think.
Locksec drop off? Locksec ran out of fuel? Oh. Locksec ran out of fuel. He's not going to finish.
Oh, the Chili Bass has just crossed the line. Cajun is just coming up to the line now in 10th place, and then 11th is Britpack. That strategy didn't quite work for him, did he? And bumbling towards the line. Is he on the starter motor, do you think?
No, yeah, I mean, he had to get through a little bit there, but that's, wow.
Oh, wow.
Locksec from didn't he start in the front? That was my pick to win.
Well, I'm glad that you got something wrong as well as I did.
Oh my God! I can't believe I've been betting money on the Super Bowl. Maybe I'm getting it all out of my system here. Maybe I'm getting it all out of my system.
Well,
God, that was good racing.
Oh, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Well, yeah, it's what we love about this series. It's good, fast, and pretty much clean. And just quickly before everyone runs away, we will be back next Sunday night with our next round, which will be Brands Hatch, one of my favourite circuits here in the UK, and then that's round 5, and then we're off for 6, 7 and 8, which will be the Nürburgring, but the GP, not the Nordschleife.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, Red Bull Ring we got in the wet, and then the final round 8 will be at Suzuka in Japan. And I think Kevin in the chat has just summed it up beautifully. One more lap.
Exactly, but that's the thing. Right. Close only count. Here's what we have a saying here in America: close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. You still lost. And in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. So one more lap. Hey, too bad.
Or the other.
Tuano timed it up perfect. That's my driver of the day, by the way. Tuano killed it. That's the best drive, best strategy I have seen all season, and he deserves it. And I hope he uses this as a platform to go battle, because I want more people up there battling for that championship.
And that's what we want. And also, it gives the others a bit of an idea of some of the things they can possibly do, because we're so used to seeing the HKRT drivers being the ones that go easy on their tyres, easy on their fuel, and end up with less pit stops and jump to the front. Whereas suddenly we've got Tuano doing it, Yellow Sausages did it. Unfortunately, Sleck tried it, but unfortunately went, I think, for the racing super soft rather than the soft, which was his mistake there. and the other fast guys, Storm Flying Dan, down in 4th and 5th. So, you know, it's a great championship leveler as well. I think Kevin, unfortunately, has missed too many rounds to be able to make it work for him for the championship. But he's certainly going to be in there and mixing it up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's just, speaking of this group, like we were talking about earlier, people wanting to get in, maybe having an A race, B race. It'd be fun to see some relegation in here, too, so those people at the back have a little bit of something to fight for, too. And so, I mean, this league is just awesome, man. Great racing, great people, great audience, great chat. Keep it up, grow it. This is amazing, man. We got so much more in store for the last half.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And as Skeezy just mentioned, this is our halfway moment in the championship. So we've got 4 more rounds to go, which have 2 races at each. If you want to get involved in our other championship, that's on a Wednesday night at 8 PM UK. That is our Group 4 Asia Championship using Asia manufacturers. So we've got a little bit more space in that. Obviously, we've got 4 grids here with the DTM, but with the Wednesday night, we do have some space. So get onto Facebook, look up Flat Out E-Racing, join the group, and then you can ask about the series, and we'll get you in the chats and get you on the grid. So I don't think there's a lot more we can say about what we've done tonight. I think this is going to be absolutely brilliant, and it sets us up great for the second half of the season, I think.
And what do we have next week for the track?
Brands Hatch.
Oh, that's right, your favorite. You did say that, Brands Hatch. A lot of medium speed turns, like we talked about last week.
And do you want an interesting one on Brands Hatch from a book I've just been reading? This is even before you were born. I know you've seen the film Rush, with Hunt versus Lauder in '76. But I was reading James Hunt's book of that year, and they were talking about lap times at Brands Hatch, and I'm thinking Group 3 cars, particularly on ACC, but the times on this will be similar. Is that the Formula 1 cars were doing about 122s back in '76. And the Group 3 cars are only 2 or 3 seconds slower than that with an average driver behind the wheel. So it just shows the level of performance these cars are putting down relative to where Formula 1 was, admittedly nearly 50 years ago. But that was a bit of an eye-opener to me.
I mean, it's insane. Me and you can talk history of racing for days. I mean, you got me about to go into the different driving styles, how it used to be art. Like, you had painters like Fangio back then where, I mean, they literally painters on the track. You have to paint a line, and with those cars, I mean, don't get me started. I can get going for forever.
Well, let's not bore everybody. I think we're going to wish everybody a good night and look forward to seeing you either on Wednesday or back next Sunday. So it's good night from me.
Hey, and y'all have a blessed one. We'll see y'all next week.